Hello everyone, I'm David01 and welcome to episode 19 of the Mini-City. What's that? You can't see me? I'm right over here behind this giant stack of papers. Lately my office has become a bit of a mess, but don't worry about that, I'm sure it's fine. Don't question the papers on the ceiling. I ran out of space on the floor, and so I had to start gluing them there. It's not like I'm going to look at them anyway. This stack of papers right here is just all the fire code violations I've built up over the past week or so. So that's fun. Yeah, I really need to clean out my my office here, but I can get to that later. You know, it's easy to navigate around here. Just crouch there, get here, and then do a little thing there, and then look, you can even see out of the window. Look, I even have a little pedestal now. Yeah, perhaps maybe I should clean out this office, as there's basically only a couple areas where you can even see the floor. And while I'm at it, I might as well redo this office. And probably a lot of these, and outside this office. And this kind of waiting room hallway. And this utility area slash miniature police station. And this kind of storage room, well, this jail and storage room area, and these completely unused. And how about the front of City Hall? Could probably use some pillars and decorations out here. And this spire here at the top. Could probably get rid of this antenna and make a nice dome or something here. Oh yeah, and OBS is using up 14% of my CPU. 16% of my CPU. This is horrible. Good thing I'm going to be done the intro. So without further ado, so today I'm going to be redoing the City Hall. I'm going to be finishing the front, and then it won't be uploaded until the end of the series because I want the City Hall to be... If you're making your own mini-cities, the City Hall is what defines it, and so it should be unique. So, make your own first. I'll put this up when the series is over. You can see the paperwork just from here. Yeah. That I also will be showing off an updated version of the petrochemical plant, which has an interior now. And then I will upload that petrochemical plant to the workshop today. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Before I start with the time-lapse, and I also showcase the new petrochemical plant, I do want to take the time to look at a couple of community submissions. Now, I have two, however, I'm only going to show off one in this episode because the other one is pretty large, and I'll save that for episode 20. This is Garbage Truck for... Wait. This is Garbage Truck for David01's Mini-City by Lapu Lapu. This blueprint definitely does not have a description. So let's check it out. Alright, so it's pretty small. Has a nice little logo on the side there. It's kind of indented. Caution sign. Nice wheel wells. There's a back area there. A bar you could almost ride on, but scram mechanics physics would definitely boot you off before you could actually get anywhere. We have doors. They do work, albeit very glitchily, it seems. Some glitch-butted lights there with a cinder block. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you know what else is interesting? OBS using up 15% of my CPU. This is the third time I've had to restart OBS today. Well, technically the second, because the first time was when I launched OBS. Let's hope it doesn't get ludicrously high CPU usage again. Anyway, we have this, we get in the seat, we can drive it. I can open up this door and only this door. Oh, it's at 5%, that's alarming. Alright, is there a radio in here? No. Alright, how do I get in the back? Is there a function with this? There's no connections for it. That's odd. Are you sure it works? No, there's nothing in here. Really? Really, Lapo? You couldn't have made a... I mean, I don't mean to trash on the garbage truck, but there's no function for it. It's a vehicle that drives around. Like, you put in the effort for these two doors. You couldn't have put in the bearings to have the back open up and have a little, like, crusher in there. It would have made this so much more fun. You can't open the back. There's nothing you can do with it. That you can't pretend to put, like, bags in there or anything. Dump a can. There's no arm that goes on the side. It's kind of lifeless. Which is a shame, because I like the design of this. It also only has one seat up front, even though it's pretty wide, so... I don't know. Overall, a nice build, but I wish it had function. Alright. So this is Mini City Petrochemical Plant by David001. Oh wait, that's me. Yeah, so I've worked on an updated version of this off camera. It will be uploaded to the workshop by the time this video is out. And comparative to the old version, it might not seem so different on the outside at first. But it's once you get inside that it really changes. It's best actually to look at this one at night, so let's do that. First of all, the entering is the same. Most of the exterior is identical. You might notice a couple of new things. Some lights there. Perhaps even a little bit of stuff in the background. Get over here. This is the only new things out here really are this ladder and this vending machine. You know what else isn't new though? OBS going to 16% CPU usage out of nowhere. It's unusable. Excuse me. This is my 4th time today restarting OBS. And I'm leaving this in the video so you all are aware of that issue. I'm not editing that out. I'm going to purposefully leave it in. If it has that issue again, I'm going to have to, like, update OBS to, like, what, 29 point whatever? I don't know. I've been keeping it at 27.2.4. Huh? I thought I updated to 28, or it was 28 the version I didn't like. One of them had a weird font I didn't like. Anyway, let's just look at this petrochemical plant I've made. Now, if we go in here, I've made 1 or 2 modifications inside the guards room. It's nothing major. Actually, it wasn't anything major. So we can turn on the lights. We have the air conditioner's been sunken in a bit, so it feels a little more roomy. And the chair now can control everything. So you can open the gate without having to, like, go around and stuff. Oh, we can also lock the gate. And shut the door to the guard shack. So, really is minor, but hey, makes a difference. There's also been a bit of decaling on the top there. So just some kind of, I don't know, just like stuff on here. Perhaps it's some shrapnel, perhaps it's some little, I don't know, nubs of stuff up there. I forget what you call it. Not a little chimney, a little steam escape, I don't know. If we come inside the petrochemical plant, this is where all the main changes have happened. Notice on this first floor here, it seems pretty similar. Got the little employees area, fuse box. Down here, there's now, by the way, there are 4 hidden ducts throughout this build. I've showed you 1. Can you find the other 4? And the other 3? There's a little bit of an oil leak there. The fire extinguisher. We go in here, however. It's now lit up. The meaningless pipes are still here. But we also have a graph representing how much water we have, how much oil, sulfuric acid, and fuel. Gasoline, particularly. There's also diesel and heavy oil and kerosene and just the residue at the bottom. This pipe is just, I deleted the blocks, didn't have plastic in my inventory. Had a pipe and thought, that would probably look cool. I don't know if it does. We have some warning signs. There's a bit of an oil leak here, but we don't talk about that. Eye wash station. And then we have an emergency communication system with a manual phone and like a dial there too, so that's fun. The old quad fans are still there. If we head upstairs though, be prepared to be amazed. This is nothing like what it was before. Ta-da! So we have a small kind of tool chest cart here, you know, for doing some maintenance. There's a fire extinguisher here. Safety first is a special one, I guess. And then we have, in case though, if something does leak here, you know, there's probably going to be toxic fumes everywhere, or just, you know, corrosives. We have 3 hazmat suits here, and 3 helmets for those hazmat suits. It's been a while glitch welding these, and I think they're alright looking. You can kind of recognize them if you look there. We have the boots, and I did a little tip. I found out I came up with a little trick, though, to get rid of the little, like, fake, like the mannequin leg in there. You just cover it up with that, and it looks even more professional, too. We have the gloves there. We have 4 oxygen tanks here. There are more located on a different floor. And, yeah, that's it for this room. We head up here to the 3rd floor now. This actually has stuff in here. So there's this very large valve wall where you can adjust the flow rate, everything. These radios are supposed to be kind of displays. You can still turn each one on, though. And there's just a single seat here, just so you can relax. And the MCPC sign is still there. And illuminated. Now if we were to go down, again, and back out to here, there are no actual doors for these rooms, because it would create too much lag, and they're awkwardly sized because they're 4 blocks, so the doors wouldn't shut properly. But there are implied doors. So in the event of an emergency, you could shut these to protect those who are not wearing gas masks. Here we have another fire extinguisher. Again, safety first. We have an additional, this is supposed to be a monitoring station, but also has a bit of a workbench here. If you were to go inside of this giant tank before, if you fell in, you'd have to, like, delete your way out. Now, there's a seat to get out. If we climb up these, you'll notice, though, if I had to climb up here, there's not going to be much around. If I just turn on the lights, though, just because it looks a little nicer. Oh, speaking of, there are lights on those stairwells up there. To get up here. Briefly. And the only real things left to talk about here are antenna, minor modifications have been made there. And now, the main part of this, though, the interior of these rooms used to be sealed off. Now you can actually get to them from this stairwell here. So we go in here. This is the upper room. This is designed as a control room. This could be a main security office or something, if you want it to be, but it's very supposed to be the kind of just general control room. So there's a door here that would shut, in theory, you know. There's 4 oxygen tanks. There is a glitchy seat, a not-so-glitchy seat, a coffee maker. We have some stuff here, can of something, perhaps some oil or something, a little flask of oil, a crate, a valve, and then lots of monitors. A nice tube seat setup, so some people could be up here and monitor the whole place. And there's also a fuse box here, so I'm proud of this room. I think it looks nice, but it was pretty easy to make. But still does the job well. If we go down, we have this kind of miscellaneous room. I was running out of ideas as to what to put in all these, so I just kind of made this really cheap room. I don't like it, but I don't feel like changing it. We have this kind of pipe map that shows a layout of something. There's some valves you can adjust on it. Then these pipes here, and a seat. It's not really the kind of room you'd be lingering in long, unless something sprung a leak. In which case you'd probably have to don the hazmat suit. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's been modified, really. I don't think so. I'm probably not actually going to put this in the city, just because this has slightly more lag compared to the old version. And the old version, we're not going in the interior much anyway, so I could just swap them out if I needed to. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of this, so this will be on the workshop. This is from now on though, this is the petrochemical plant. The other one is the old version that's empty inside. Alright. Now, without further ado, let's start working on that city hall. finally, after an even more obscene amount of time, I don't even want to say how many hours, because at this point I don't know, the City Hall is done. Except it isn't. This portion of it is done. But there's still that pesky basement to do. Improvements to make around the building. But I want to be able to make this out, get this video out before 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks after the previous one. This took so long, but I am pretty proud of the result. If we walk over to it now, I mean, it's massive, first of all. The City Hall is way larger, with more of everything except a carpet block and a few other things that have actually have less of the object. But oh yeah, I just noticed. Hang on. That discolored glass. I'll fix it later. This is a massive building. The footprint has not changed at all. It's still the same size. Well, technically, there's a bit of overhang here and here. But it's still the same size, pretty much, as it originally was. This eclipses all other buildings in the city now. I mean, before it had a bit of a competition from that petrochemical plant there and that one, what's it called, apartment building. Now, there's just no competition to this thing. It's truly unrivaled in terms of sheer size. And detail, yeah, you're not going to find something more detailed than this. So let's start off with a new tour. We're not going to even bother stopping in the basement because nothing's there. First of all, there's a new light here. The amount of stuff, but I should mention a few things. So this is highly unfinished. I recommend, if you haven't seen it already, which a lot of people it seems haven't, it doesn't have many views, which is really sad, watch episode 10 of my mini-city, where I build this and showcase it. So if you want a detailed tour of those rooms on the bottom 2 floors there, because I'm only going to be showing new stuff. So first of all, I would like to mention that this City Hall is, at least the upper portions, particularly this kind of spire here, is based off of, based things off of a couple City Halls, but mainly, particularly here, it's based off of the Philadelphia City Hall, which was once the tallest building in the world. So there are quite a lot of design cues taken from that as you get higher up. Well, now let's, you should see a picture of it on screen now. See? Quite a resemblance. Alright. Now let's walk in here. So first of all, we have a light here. It can be controlled. You may notice, I should rather start from the outside, there's some pillars now, a little bit more architectural detail, a whole nother layer, a sign, and of course the spire with a flag, which we will see at the very end of our tour. If we enter in, there's a light, and there's a sign that says Mini City Hall. So this has not been modified too much. It's still pretty much the same waiting area. Just got a sign there. Not the greatest, but hey, it's what you really the best you can do with like 2x2 pipe letters. We go in here. Our little city mural now is flanked by 2 001 signs. I think I may have gone a bit overboard on the self-promotion with this. It's a bit tacky, but I put in enough hours that I deserve to have my name plastered all over this thing. Over here, I think we have some new seats. I believe these are new. So that's nice. And now, I believe each of these ways has equally as much new content, i.e. none. So let's just head up here. You can notice a little bit right here. Nice view still. So there is this. This actually does lead from the air conditioner on the roof down to here. So we will take a look at that in a little bit. Everything's the same here until you enter into what used to be the antechamber to my office. There used to be the secretary's desk there, and that was also where you got to the roof. Now, it's the city council chamber. And this is a very shady area. We have the 001 MC for Mini City. There are not one, but 2 lights. Uh-oh. Yay. Yeah, this thing's so laggy. This may create a crisis for the mini city of lag. I'm gonna clear stuff up, and this might not even be able to sit in the city anymore because it's so laggy. It's not laggy on its own, but when you combine it with this, wow. Looking at it from the connection tool really shows just how much is there. Yeah, we have a nice little chamber here, so lots of stuff. It's a bit of a shady, kind of, admittedly, a bit of a sinister room here. You can access it from both the kind of, wow, presentation. Oh, OBS completely froze up. Okay, yeah, no, that's very bad. Let's just put that back on Simple 1. I can't even have it at... I can't even have it at, like, Simple 7 or something, because then the doors won't open. So it's Simple 1 or Advanced. So, mine, if some stuff looks out of position, just understand. Lag. Before I go on from here, though, there is this is supposed to be a little secret. The sinister side of this. We have this little room here, which is very unfinished, will be added in the next update, but you have a little MC. This would lead directly to my office. So that's a little nice fact. We can just get out of here. Now let's head upstairs to the first proper new area. Like brand new, that didn't exist, or the area here did not exist. This is the waiting room for my office. Again, a bit unfinished, but way nicer than anything that was in the original. Giant mini city sign. I don't know if I like it that much, but hey, make sure you know where you are. We have 4 seats here, little secretary's desk. You can open the door to my office. Radio, we have a light switch, little computer there, some signs. Overall, it's a nice little area, some potted plants, and a rooftop access, which we will get to in a bit. Now let's look at my office. I'm pretty proud of this. Once again, unfinished a bit, but compared to the original, this has a lot more. This looks nice. Wow, my S's have been very pronounced today. Anyway, we have a TV here. This allows you to see what's this is supposed to be for like reports, finances, and news to the news of the city. We have a chair. I'm gonna swap this out. This is a very hastily made chair. Hey, can I not get in it? What? Hey, I can't get in my chair. That's a problem. Close enough. There we go. And this is a very unfinished room still, in terms of furnishing and everything, and it doesn't really have many features, but so nice. These little kind of decorative windows here, you can see out. Makes it feel a little bit like a ship. But it's pretty nice. And we get a really good view of the city from here. Even higher up. Even, first of all, I think I need to paint this glass. Even larger, even higher up, and you can even get closer to it. Oh, yeah. OBS is lagging. So, you know it's bad when OBS actually ends up lagging, even when it's not got this ridiculous CPU usage. So, hang on, really quickly, let me just check. What is my CPU usage at right now? Wow, it's 50% for Scrap Mechanic alone. This is a very laggy world now. So we get out of there. There's a little side door here. And this allows us to access the roof. So we can turn on the air conditioner. This is actually, I don't know if you've noticed where this is from. If any of you recognize it, you'll remember. It brings back bad memories, I betcha. This is the Deep Freeze trademark modular air conditioner unit that was also seen in Escape 001 Level 2, aka AC Parkour. This was featured a couple times in that level, I think. Overall, just a nice little throwback. This does directly connect there, by the way. This does not. This is the exact location. That's the exact pipe. We have a very temporary garden here, a bench to sit on, which is on a bearing so that way he doesn't have the glitch. Get a nice view from here, though. And now if we head up these steps, we'll check out the spire last. We go down here, we have the private helipad. So this is designed for me, the mayor, to kind of, get in and out quickly without having to avoid all of the totally real traffic in the mini-city. Now, this is so I can fly places, though. So this will be a nice spot to start episodes off when I need to fly somewhere. There's a very tacky 001 sign, suggested by Lapu Lapu, Steam user Lapu Lapu. I might get rid of this. We have some crates here. Some blue crates and some yellow crates. I wonder if you can figure out what's in them. Some oil barrels, just a kind of tank of something. And nice. Right here. We also have a fuse box with blinking lights. If we are to head up now, the spire, or the tower's interior, has a little bit of stuff. This is designed to be pretty old, not in constant use for city official work. This is more of a tourist spot than anything. We have a small office in here. There's an air conditioner only on this level, though. So you can kind of sit here. Bit of old paperwork that's piled up, but nothing compared to my office. We have this little area, which is designed kind of as the tower's keeper spot. So this is a little spot to stay overnight. If you're like, you really gotta stay over here, or mainly to maintain the tower and the clock that it contains. There's some drawers here with some old papers in them, some boots, and of course your quintessential crates. Even more of them in there too. If we head up, we have a very hastily made storage area. A fun fact, exit signs there. A speech platform which gives you a very nice view of the city. This is actually a last minute ad. And then go in here. Lots and lots of crates, all filler. Lag. And now we're up here at the top. It's very awkward. There's no lag. There is lag. There is most certainly lag. Alright, I think the lag subsided. There's no clock interior or anything here yet. It's very empty because this is, once again, an unfinished area. You walk out onto the platform here. This was incredibly painful to build. But I think it's nice. This is the main reason I didn't scrap this tower, because I was not getting rid of this. We can climb around here. And it's designed as kind of a nice overlook point. Very nice views of the city from here. And if you climb up, you can see the architecture that's very much inspired by the Philadelphia City Hall. We climb up here. A little vending. And then here, and then finally, we have a mini city flag now, which kind of forms this C design here, where it says C for city. I don't know. I think it's alright. Maybe I'll think of something better, but in the meantime, this is an alright flag to just have now. There's also one lone antenna here. So this is not designed as just an antenna tower. This is the City Hall, so pretty tasteful looking. However, still have to have some comms, so there it is. This is the tallest point in the entire city. And it's the tallest you can kind of get to. So, this is technically the highest you're supposed to go. As there is, you have to climb on stuff, which makes it, I think, on par with, or a little bit lower than the petrochemical plant's highest point, highest non-climbing point. Now let's go back down so I can show you a couple more features. If we head on down into the basement here, you can notice there's actually a bit of a crime web here, where we notice the horrible crime against wallets of charging what's it called? You get 2 donuts for $3. What a horrible deal. And that's their sale price. You don't want to know what their regular price is. And then if we continue down this hallway, I have updated the prison cell, as the bars were blocked by one of the pillars initially, denying the prisoner fresh air and sunlight, as well as a convenient escape. So let's just go and have the guard go to sleep, which is not required to actually break out, but to successfully, it is. Mirror cell. It does feel a bit darker now, but you still have that window. And now we can hit the bars and break out, just like the original, which I think is nice. There are a few more details, which you'll see in episodes. So this provides a very nice light of the city. There's a window there, which you already saw, actually. We go around. There's just lots of detail you can see. Again, it's unfinished still. This will not, the City Hall, doesn't matter if I finish it or not. Well, doesn't matter when I finish it. This will be uploaded at the end of the series. It will not be uploaded during the series, because I feel like I like people making their own mini-cities, and I don't mind if they use my stuff in them. But I think the City Hall is what makes a city unique, and so it should be personalized. It should be made by you. It should not be a copy-paste thing. Either way, yeah, I just summed up probably like 4 or 5 hours worth of work in 17 minutes. Thanks for watching. I'm David001, and I'll see you in the next episode. Also, in case I've reached 100 subscribers, this video was filmed before I reached. I'm at 98 right now. Alright, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!
How typical of him to build offices instead of defenses. The mini-city will soon feel my might.